This beautiful mold is by Mold Story, and I'm going to be making this Ganesha frame in 4 different ways, sort of 4 different techniques if you like, and let's get started. The first one I'm starting with, I'm going to use alcohol inks, and I have mixed up my clear resin. It's by J Diction Officials. I'm going to link everything in the description box below, along with my coupon codes and discount vouchers. So like I said, I'm starting with some alcohol inks for the first one, and I want to have these sort of show through. And the first thing I want to do, because this has a lot of crevices, I am going to go ahead and lightly spray this with some alcohol. This will help to get fewer bubbles, or at least I like to believe so. So that's what I've done, and I am going to put in some clear resin and into all of the cavities, and then we will put in our alcohol inks. So let me tell you a bit about this mold and this shape. This is a Hindu god Ganesha, and we have a Hindu festival coming up soon in November, which is called Diwali, and that's a festival in which we worship this as well as some other gods, which is why I'm making these for a client, and these are going to be going out along with some diyas, which are essentially sort of tea light holders or candles, if you like. And yeah, so these are going to make some lovely Diwali hampers, which is why I'm doing 4 of these, and I thought I'll take this opportunity to video all 4 in the different techniques. So I want this to be pretty colorful, so I have a bunch of alcohol ink, and now that my clear resin is in there, I'm going to go ahead and drop some colors, and there is literally no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. There's no process, I'm just having fun with it. Once I have the colored inks down, I'm going to go ahead and put in some white alcohol ink, and that's going to create these fun little effects on the other side, or at least I hope so. So that's the look I am going for. Some of these colors are going to blend in and they're going to form new colors, and yeah, I am definitely going for that vibe. So I think I am happy with my inks. I'm going to leave this to cure. Make sure you do not torch this once you've put down so much alcohol ink, because obviously it's alcohol and it will flame up, so make sure you wait a bit if you want to torch after this. But I don't see any bubbles. I'm happy with it. I'm going to leave it to cure, and I will be back to put on the next layer.
Let me think.
No, I decided I want to go ahead and put the frame to be a glitter frame before I put in the base layer. So I have mixed up some more resin and some holographic gold glitter, and I'm just going to go over and pour this onto the sides, and so that will be essentially the frame of the piece. Now once all of this is cured, that's when I'm going to come back and pour the base layer. Right, so the first layer is cured. I have mixed up some resin, and I want sort of like a dark tealy color for the base layer, and so I mixed up a few colors together and gone for this shade that I'm happy with, and I'm just going to cover the entire thing with this, and I'm going to let this cure, pop the bubbles, and I will be back tomorrow for the unmolding. So for the next one, I'm going to use some dry flower petals that I have here and a bunch of more glitter. I'm going to mix up some fine glitter as well as some chunky glitter for this, and that's going to be our frame. In Hindu culture, when we do any sort of prayers, we have a lot of flowers that we offer to the gods, and a lot of the pujas have fresh flowers in them, and I just thought it would be lovely to make a Ganesha with some flower petals. Okay, so same mold, and I'm gonna mix up my J Diction resin, which is what I have here, and I'm gonna put my flower petals in there, and I'm going to start putting down some of the flower resin mixture into these cavities. Now for the smaller cavities, I'm thinking that the flower petals are going going to be too big to fit in, so I'm going to put some glitter in those. After that, I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the glitter along the edge of the mold, which is the frame, and I'm going to leave this to cure. Right, this is now cured. It's been a couple of hours, and I'm going to go ahead and put the final layer on this. And I've decided I want to go for a clear layer. So I'm just going to go for clear, and I'm going to cover this entire thing up. So I feel like the Ganesha flowers are going to have like a floating effect. I think that would look quite nice, but we'll see how this turns out. But for now, I have gone for clear. I'm going to spread this out all the way to the edge, pop the bubbles, leave it to cure, and be back for the next one. Okay, so for my next one, I have decided I want to use some crystals and once again some glitter. So I have mixed up my resin, and I'm going to mix once again some chunky glitter as well as some fine glitter together. I'm going for this dusky pink color, which I absolutely love. Once again, using the same mold, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my glitter on the edge this time. I mean, it doesn't matter what order you do it in, I suppose. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and start putting my crystal resin mixture into the cavities. And the crystals that I'm going to use are some chips of rose quartz, which will have a lovely pinky hue, and some garnets, which have this deep red color, which I absolutely love. Once again, no right or wrong reason, I'm just going with how I feel for this. There are some bigger chunks of crystals, so I decided to take those out because I know then they will be sticking out. But yeah, just filling it up. And once again, you could use any colored crystals. You could put in shells and sand, I suppose, even, and make a sea or an ocean themed piece. But yeah, this is what I decided to do. Let's see how it turns out. So for the smaller cavities, I felt like the crystals might be too big, so I had some leftover resin, so I went ahead and mixed up just some opaque pink, and I'm going to, like I said, leave this to cure and be back to pour the final clear layer on this. Okay, so I am back for the clear layer. I think I'm gonna go with clear again. Once again, just with the idea that the crystals would look like a floating thing in the frame. Same process, it's pretty basic. And I'm going to pop it on, pop the bubbles, leave it to cure. And we will start on with the next one, which is our final one. Okay, so for this one, I want to go for a marbly effect, but I also want a bit of bling. So I have mixed up my resin and I'm going ahead and mixing some glitter. Once again, I know I have been obsessed with glitter lately, but then again, who isn't? So mixing up my glitter concoction right there. Actually, for this one, that would be the main Ganesha. So I'm going to use the glitter for the main Ganesha, and we will do a marble effect for the rest of it. We'll see how that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in all the cavities. I'm going to leave this to cure and I will be back for the next layer. So if you've been on my channel long enough, you know that I love dirty pours, and I especially love them when you want to achieve like a marbly flowy effect. So what I've done right here is I've mixed up some shades of white and pearl and sort of an iridescent gold, and I'm going to make several actually dirty pour cups and pour those along the top, and that will essentially be like a marbly background for this piece. I'm also going to add a tiny amount of gold to the cup. I'm being very stingy with the gold just because I have plenty of glitter in this piece and I don't want the gold to be overpowering. I just want like a few waves of it running through here and there. Okay, so here goes. That is my cup. I am just pouring that along. And I cannot tell you how much I love a dirty pour. I mean, it looks so organic and just has like a beautiful flow. Love it. So that's just me filling in and making another cup just to fill my mold up to the top. Once this is all filled, I'm going to leave this to cure and be back the next day when we reveal all of it. So this is what they look like. I went ahead and edged the alcohol ink one with my Deco Color pen. the one with the crystals. Absolutely love all of them. I think they all look so cute. And that's the marble one and the flower one. I am going to be making matching diyas with these, as I mentioned earlier. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.